Welcome back. The last part of this course will be about animations in TypeScript. Again, I have prepared demo for you where we're going to review how we can create animations. So what I'm going to do is regularly open my app folder, then going to views, and here you can see that I have different folders. So I have animation sets, chained, main, multiple, and single. From where we're going to begin, let's start from main because that's where our application starts usually. This is our main page, the home one, if I can call it like that. And from there, we're going to see how main is speaking with chained, with animation set, multiple, and single as well. Alright, so inside main, we have two files, main.js and main.xml. We don't have the view model because that's pretty simple syntax with very easy examples, not so much code, and we're actually not actually needing of having view model. So I'm opening main.xml. What we have here is a page with adding the function page loaded, stack layout, and we have different buttons. So we have 4 buttons with different text, single animation, multiple animations, chained animation, and animation sets. That's what I'm going to show you in this video, how you can create all of them. All these buttons are connected with function on tap event. So we're going to review go to single animation, go to multiple animations, go to chained animations, and go to animation set. So let's review the .js file. What I have here is including useScript. After that, I'm importing UI frame module, and then I'm saying when the page is loaded, just take the arguments, pass them to page variable, and I'm exporting it. What are actually doing all these 4 buttons when you press them? I'm not going through all of them because all of them are doing the same thing. So let's review just the first one. I'm saying exports.goToSingle animation function, which is equal to function. And then we're accessing the frame module that we reference here. And after that, I'm saying .topmost to redirect. And then .navigate to this. So what will actually happen? Go to single animation will redirect us to a single page. Go to multiple animations will redirect us to multiple page. Go to chain animation to chain page. And go to animation set to animation sets page. It's basically the same, just the path is different in different functions. So let's begin with go to single, then continue with multiple, chained, and animation sets to the end. Opening the single.xml. What I have here is my page with the function page loaded. I have stack layout, and inside it I have label, which is saying single animation with class title. Inside it I have absolute layout with class animation canvas. Then I'm having a label, which is the most important thing from this view, with text tap me to animate, and we have the event attached tap. So when I tap it, I'll execute the function animate. As well, we have appended class animation shape. So let's review the function animate. Going to the backend, I have my own page loaded, which we're doing the regular thing, exporting it. Let's review now more details. So I'm exporting the function animate, and this function is receiving arguments. So how can I animate it? Well, I'm saying arguments.object.animate function. Then inside it as parameter, I'm passing an object. Alright, this object has duration and translate. Duration is basically for, here we have 3000 milliseconds, which is 3 seconds. After that, we have translate object, which is a complex one. Actually, animate is a complex one, where we have 2 parameters, x and y, with different values. And they will actually, depending on them will be the behavior of the simple animation. So you can see that pretty easy with not so much code, you can make simple animations. Let's step now to multiple. So going to multiple.xml file. Inside it, I have the regular things with page, stack, the label saying what animations, absolute layout with the class, and label with text, class, animation shape, and tap. Tap is equal to animate function. So let's take a look, going to multiple.js. we're exporting our page loaded, and here we're requiring or importing, including the module cover. Here what I'm saying, so I'm making it a little bit more expanding with each demo. So again, I'm accessing arguments.object.animate, and the argument is coming from the function animate on tab event. Then I'm passing the duration, 3 seconds, translate with 200 and 360 for x and y. And then I'm saying the scale property with y2 and x1. After that, I'm setting a background. And this background will be equal to new cover module dot cover method, where I'm going, dot cover class, where I'm going to pass white. Inside the next demo chain, I have here nothing different, so I'm directly opening the backend. Again, I'm importing the cover, I'm having page loaded, I'm having my useString, and I'm having my animate function. Here we have a little bit bigger example, so let's see how this behaves. First, I'm getting the view, and I'm saying let view equals arguments.object. And then similarly, I'm saying view.animate, or you can just say args.object.animate as in previous examples. Still here I'm making a little bit different way. First I'm storing the value, and after that I'm using it. But you see now why. So first what I'm having is just translate and duration. Alright, nothing special, we already saw that. But what is actually that doing? That's returning a promise. And after that I can append .then function. So I'm saying when you complete with animation.then, I would like to have a function which returns view.animate. So chained animations means after I'm done with one animation, I want to execute another one. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And what is the special thing here? If you ask then, alright, how I'm doing chained animations? Well, when it's returning the promise, you just add the function which animated again with the same code. So here I'm returning view.animate, which again .animate will return promise, so we can say .then later. And this .animate is receiving an object, and here we pass scale and duration. So as I said, this thing returns promise. So because of that, we can append another animation here and say then. Important thing here is to don't forget return, because if I say just view.animate, then that will no more return a promise, that will be invalid. So make sure you have return word keyword here. Then I'm saying return, and I'm saying, alright, I would like to return another animation. What I'll do here, I'll just set the background color to white. And again, when this animation is done, I'm going to return it. So it's returning the promise, .animate. Then I'm going to append another then and use it once again. So here I'm saying return new animation with opacity 0 and duration 2000 milliseconds, which means 2 seconds. So you can see that it's pretty easy. Of course, usually in real world applications, you're not doing things like that because nobody likes to have too much animation. In fact, people hate them in the, that's what I see from user experience point. They should be pretty light animations, almost not too hard for the eyes or not to make you nervous. So this is how you can do chained animations. The last thing that we're going to review in this video will be animation sets. What I have now in the XML, it's quite a little bit different. I have my page with page loaded, and I have stack layout. Inside this stack layout, I have label, grid layout, button, and another absolute layout. The label is just some title with text. Inside grid layout, I have two buttons. So the first button is select button simultaneously, where I have event tap on select button tap, and I have another one which has on tap on select button tap. So basically they're two almost similar buttons. They have almost the same. They have different ID. They have almost the same class. So here we have button selected and here button selected. The text, we have columns, we have tab, and here the state is false until with the second button we have true for state. Alright, then I'm having a button which its text is animate. When I tap it, I'm going to execute the function animate, and its refreshing is equal to true property. Inside my absolute layout, I have label with multiple labels with different IDs. All of them are referring to tab function animate, and all of them have the same class. Now let's see what we have in animationsets.js. First, I'm including useStrict, then I'm including two modules for views and animation. Then I'm creating an empty array select buttons, and I'm defining my page loaded function, which I export after that. Here I'm getting the object and pass it to page, and inside my selected buttons, I'm pushing two buttons to that array. The two buttons were the ones that we saw actually here inside the grid layout. So these two, I'm pushing them into the array. Alright, then I'm passing let sequentially to false. And after that, I'm defining the function of animate button. It's a little bit bigger, so let's start and see. I'm getting the page, and then I'm getting shape1, shape2, and shape3. These are the three labels that we saw. After that, I'm saying if arguments.object.is is refreshed, then what I'm going to do? I'm going to define new variable definitions. Let's make it like that. So I'm defining an array actually from objects definitions, where I have target shape1, translate duration. So you can see that here I got multiple animations, and that's animation set. So I have array from objects, and each object represents an animation. Then I'm saying let animation set equals new animations module, which I included earlier, and after that calling dot animation, where I pass the definitions and is it sequentially. After that, to run them, I'm saying animation set dot play, and after that this is returning a promise. Because it's returning a promise, I can say dot then and have a function. This function is saying arguments.object.text equals refresh and arguments.object.isRefresh to false. That's the case if it's refreshed. If it's not, what we're doing? Well, here I'm making an array with shape 1, 2, and 3, and for all of them, I'm executing the code translate x equals 0 and translate y equals 0. Then to the end, apart from if constructor, I'm saying arguments.object.text equals animate and is refreshed true. The last thing that we have is a function on select button tab. What we're doing here? Well, we have our selected buttons, and for all of them, we're making the class name to be equal to button.className.replace button pressed with empty string. So basically what that means? Well, here all the selected buttons, we're removing the class. And together, when we remove the class, the styles appended to this class with CSS will disappear as well. Then I'm saying arguments.object.className plus equal button pressed, and sequentially equals arguments.object.state. I'm just setting it here. Pretty much that was all from this lecture and generally from this course. So thank you very much for watching it. Thank you very much for enrolling in this course. And good luck with NativeScript.